Hello, it's Luke for Inside the Singularity, and today I am talking about the spiritual meaning of Thanksgiving. Now, when I say that something has a spiritual meaning, what I'm really doing is applying this lens of spirituality to it. Nothing itself has inherent meaning, per se. That's a whole other discussion we can get into. But I think this is sometimes useful to see how things are interconnected. And what I feel and what I've noticed is that the divine has hidden itself everywhere, or the truth of itself everywhere. There is not a thing that does not serve a purpose in some way. And this holiday of Thanksgiving, though maybe not consciously done, to me represents something very, very powerful. Because gratitude is a very, very powerful spiritual practice in and of itself. And you will be shocked to find, if you ever communicate with the divine, is that life is a gift that the divine gives itself and thanks itself for. So gratitude is just this powerful emotion. It's standing in awe at the magnificence and grace. It's taking joy and splendor in all that there is. Now, what Thanksgiving is, in some sense, it's about being grateful for your loved ones, but to me, I think it can be taken to a deeper level. It's a deep gratification for life itself. It is honoring the divinity of merely existing. Thanksgiving. We are asked to open our hearts and to come together. Much like to the practice of gratitude, your heart opens and opens and opens, and you allow everything to merge with you, and you become one with it. And you love everything in that moment. So, another aspect of Thanksgiving is food. This is a traditional aspect of Thanksgiving, is bringing together of food and sharing of this food. Now, food, among other things, has always been kind of sacred amongst people because it represents life. It represents a common thread amongst all beings. It is a symbol of our unity. It's a symbol of enjoyment, sustenance. But even on a deeper level, the food that you consume is an extension of you. It's a representation of your grand power to feast upon yourself, to sustain yourself forever. Now, I'm not saying that your physical being goes on forever, your physical body. But this is the cyclical nature of everything. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. So I know there's this whole history behind it, but there's many, I think, holidays that are represented around the world where people come together to give thanks and they share food. So, in all these ways, these other aspects of the divine, you call them other people, are coming together to anchor higher levels of consciousness and to subtly, in its own way, open their hearts and expand the consciousness of humanity. These holidays that we celebrate, their purpose is to almost help us slowly wake up out of duality. By helping us feel positive emotions and cared for and loved for. Now, in truth, everyone holds that doorway to feel these things all the time through themselves. But we are here having a fun play of others. And you really have to stand back in awe at the divine's utter genius to conceal itself in another and for you to interact with another. It's quite miraculous. And to me, I'm really, really looking forward to Thanksgiving this year. Because I've never had a chance to approach it with such grace and to understand what's really going on. Because it's a lot of holidays these days, at least where I am right now. I'm currently in the Midwest of the United States. A lot of it has been reduced to material things. But I'm going to make a conceited effort to greet everyone in my family with an open heart and an open mind, and to take all of them in as much as I can, to love them and to truly give thanks for everything. So this Thanksgiving is going to be my own spiritual practice. A form of karmic yoga, I think I've heard it called. But it's so let me leave this last part to those of you who will be spending Thanksgiving alone. While you are there completely by yourself, if you can, try to be grateful for yourself. Take the time to give yourself a meal and sit in loving acknowledgement of yourself. Sit there and honor your beauty as the divine does. Because the divine will be there with you, loving you through this. And I know it can be really, really hard to feel. But you have to think about love not as one emotion, but a complete openness, a complete willingness to take in all that you are and to take joy in it. And I've had a visceral experience of the divine just saying to me over and over again, I love you, thank you. I love you, thank you. And this stream of energy, which the imprint of the energy is what gave it those words, is what's going to everything, always. It is always being loved. It is always being shown gratitude. It is always being received. It is in a space of complete openness and selflessness. It is unconditionally loved and will always be, and it has always been. So yeah, this is a very abstract, maybe esoteric idea of the spiritual meaning of Thanksgiving, but I hope that it can at least ground you and anchor you to hopefully enjoy the holiday a bit more, to not become cynical with all the family matters and all that stuff. It's where you can just sit, enjoy your food, and look at the people around you and see that they are beauty, love, and divinity in itself, expressing itself in many different ways. And it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be all right. And that you are here now and you are loved. So yeah. And the final thing that I will end on is please realize that I understand that these things are very hard to realize. And it may take some of you years and decades. And you might really, really want to perceive how I perceive things. Because I'm not just reading to you something I read in a book. I'm recounting my experience. I'm trying to illustrate to you just how I really see life in the most truest sense. And the journey that I've taken to get here has been a bit radical and rather quick. And there's a few times where I felt like I was definitely going to go insane. But If there's some way that you can just feel the energy that I'm giving, I think that's the most important. I don't recommend you try to understand this on an intellectual level. Just feel what I'm offering. That's what's more important. And my hope is that it just makes you more calm, helps you take a deeper breath, and helps you enjoy life just a little bit more. That's my goal. If there's anything that I'm really, really trying to do with any of this, is that I'm just trying to share with you how good I feel. And this goodness that I feel, it's not one particular emotion, but it's a willingness to receive and to be open to anything that comes to me and to love it. So in that way, I'm bothered by very, very little. And everything is just, it's just part of the rainbow of experience. This is, I'm not running out to you, trying to save you, trying to get you to fix your life or whatnot. You're perfect and whole. You will realize this when you're ready. When you start to get the call, it will happen. But for now, if you need some cosmic loving support, I am here. These are why these videos are here. Not to try to fill your head with new ideas, but to share the love that I know that you are and that I am and that we all are. And what I realize is that there is just no way that I can keep this to myself. There's no way. No matter what happens to me, I'm going to keep doing this in any way that I can. So may you be blessed. I hope you have a good week. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like the content. Share this with a friend if you think it would help them. So may you be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.